Today, my first tutorial, I will show you how to make punk. These gloves, I first saw them when I watched the Korean drama Mary Stayed Out All Night. And I fell in love. So I decided to try and make them myself. So, let's go. So here's what you'll need. Okay, so you want to start by measuring your hand. You will have to get 3 measurements from your hand. First, the bottom, which is just above the wrist, and then the top, which is in between your index finger and your thumb, around there. The third measurement will be the distance, how thick it's going to be in between your thumb and your index right there. Then you go to measure. I usually add maybe 1.5 inches extra length. Then you start cutting. You need 4 strips for 1 glove. And when you're done, that is 1, and then you repeat the step for the second glove. The zip will go in between here, so you can kind of already see what it's going to be like, just like that. There we go. Next we cut the part that's going to be in your palm, which is what you're going to connect the strips to. So you could measure it off the size of your palm, or you can just do some guesswork, which is what I did. Next you fold about 1/4 inch together, and then you basically pin it down. The first time I tried this, I didn't do all of it. I only used 1 strip on the side and folded it in 2. But this way kind of gives it a more professional looking finish. So you repeat this for each strip. In total, for both gloves you will end up having 4 strips. You only sew down one side because the other side is gonna be where the zip is to be sewn in. Here we are, all 4 strips. Now we sew down one end. Might be depending on the material that you use, it might be a little difficult, also depending on the type of machine that you have. I use a loose tension so that it moves faster. Now we put the zip in. I usually have like problems with putting zips in, so pins are my friend. They're my best friend. Yeah, so you fold down the seam again on both sides and you put the zip in. Now we add the rivets. Here you could add spikes or studs. However, I want to stay true to the design and stick with the rivets plus. Spikes on a clumsy person's hand isn't exactly the best thing. So yes, you line them up and you mark them out, and then you start cutting away. I use the hole punch. But before I got this, I would use an awl or just something pointy to get through the leather without ripping it. and then we stab them in. Finally, we have to add the connecting piece. So you take your square that you cut earlier and you pin it down. Here we're only going to use the machine to sew down one side, and then we hand sew for the other side. So here are the finished gloves. This is what the back looks like after you sew it down. I realized that in the actual gloves that in the back they took the two strips and used like a press stud, I think it's called, to fasten it. But of course I couldn't find any here that were that big, so I came up with an alternative, which is this. Also, one thing to keep in mind is when you are cutting your strips, make sure that the top strip isn't as wide, so that you'd be able to, like, you'll feel a lot more comfortable here. Here I just randomly did it. So yeah, but it's the gloves. Look pretty cool, right? You can also add chains and what else ever, but I like the simple, so I did it this way. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll be able to use it, and please like and subscribe. You can tell me what you think in the comment section.